figured that qualifies me to come here to Indiana. Gosh, where to start? I've been to Muncie and Greenwood today, and I want to report to you kind of what I'm seeing in my rural community. My neighbors are mostly Republicans, or identify as Republicans, and over the past, I guess, 8 years, but certainly over the past 4 and definitely over the past 1, there's been a lot of this. I'm not too happy to vote for Bush. So, you know, but it's done sort of covertly because there's the social thing. They don't want to be seen saying that. And when I say they, I am assuming that I'm talking to some people who either identify as Republicans or undecided, because I can sure see all the Obama signs. But to the people that are already there, I think I'm speaking for you. To the people that are not with Obama Biden yet, or identify as Republicans and having trouble making that leap, they want to address that, because I know what my neighbors go through. Socially, they identify as Republicans. That's the group that they identify with. In your case, some of you or your parents might have become Republicans at a time when the party was a better party than it is now. Richard Lugar was elected way back when. So it's this point that I've come to say we do need a change. John McCain is not changed. There are admirable things about the man. We all honor and respect his service. That was 30 years ago. We honor and respect the fact that he has done some things that you could count as being a maverick. That stopped, as far as I could see, in 2004 when he got on the stage at the Republican National Committee and said, George W. Bush is the man, and he walked almost lockstep with the Republican Party and with George W. Bush. And now, here's where we are today. And for him to be, he is Johnny-come-lately to say, oh no, deregulation, not a good idea. Sorry, you were saying it. Privatization of Social Security, he has been fighting for that. And anybody who is approaching or in the age of receiving Social Security, you don't want to be on the phone saying, where's my check? And that's the kind of thing that John McCain stands for. So just to, there's no disrespect to the man, but to the policies that he has espoused and line up with. We need to go with somebody who's been very clear. And Barack Obama has been talking about these things and actually taking the position on the issues that have been saying, the problems that we're facing now, we're going to have those problems, and now here we are. John McCain says, Barack Obama doesn't have a plan, and we keep saying, or Obama keeps saying, and his people keep saying, go to the website. It's all there. It's been there. So if you identify as a Republican or you're an undecided, I'm saying to you, this is a time for courage. This is the time to have the courage to take the leap. I'm saying as a neighbor of Republicans, I know it's a big leap. It really is a big leap, but take it. Now is the time. You don't have to give up your party identification. You can identify as a Republican and vote for a Democrat. And but there is a logic to this too. If you are a Republican and you feel that your party has failed you, what can you do to bring your party back to where it's responsive to the things that are important to you? If you vote for the Democrats in this election, that will bring your party and make it turn in a direction that is more responsive to you. So I'm asking you to think about that. Somebody handed me in Muncie, I think it was a page of the speech that John F. Kennedy was going to give the day he was shot. And in that speech, he talks about the need to meet challenges with courage. I say he talks. He would have talked about the need to meet challenges with courage. Taking that step and voting for someone in the party that you don't identify with is a step of courage. Now, I also want to talk about Barack Obama. First of all, I want to say that I was a Hillary Clinton supporter, and I am certain that there are some folks here, and not necessarily all older white women. My kids and I would have this discussion. They said, you know, they were for Obama, I was for Hillary Clinton. Neither of us was against the other, and the discussion was, well, Mom, of course you're for Hillary. She's your demographic. And I'm like, well, same to you. But the discussion was, it wasn't adversarial. It was, I understand and respect why you made the choice you did. But you know what, Mom? If your candidate wins, we'll be fine with supporting her. We think she'll make a great president. And I felt the same way about Obama, even as I was supporting Hillary Clinton. The reason I chose her is I actually know her. I have met with her. I spent, you know, dinner time with her at some of these, you know, tables at dinners and things. She is so smart, you know. In a room full of smart people, she is the smartest person in the room. Except if Barack Obama is there. I have met him, but not to talk to. I was like one of the people gathering around after some, you know, event, and I shook his hand and met him, and he must have known who I was. Maybe he did, maybe he didn't. He didn't care. I was just someone he was meeting and was listening to. He really looks you in the eye and listens when you speak to him, and I took note of that at the time. But what I see about him, what I hear from him, what I've learned about his life and his background and his character has impressed me so much that I came here to Indiana. I have basically said, except for a couple of things when I actually have to go do something like make a living, I belong to the Obama campaign until we leave. So. Biden campaign, and there was a wonderful example of what great judgment this man has. You know, there were people who said, well, we should pick this one, we should pick that one. The one he picked is great. And for example, for women, this is a man, Joe Biden is a man who runs the Violence Against Women Act.